not working. Let's see. Okay, hopefully that fixes the audio. This is a new setup for me. I've been experimenting a little bit with OBS software. It is a bit of a learning curve, but hopefully, as I do this more, I'll get a little better at it, and it'll become more fun to actually be part of this. We'll be able to bring guests on. I've done it in the past, but I don't use it often enough, so I seem to forget what's going on. Uh, One thing I want to say is first, thanks for those who are here live already, and for those who are going to come watch it later. First, let me say that this is not meant to be bashing the Mavic Mini. It seems like it's going to be a capable drone for what it's intended for. I did make a video that went up yesterday, and it got all kinds of comments and all kinds of feedback and all kinds of hit and miss on if people wanted it or didn't want it. So I thought, hey, let's all get together, shoot the shit a little bit about that. Maybe if time allows, we can talk about the Skydio a little, and hopefully just a tiny bit about some of the new GoPros. Hey, oh, Josh is in the chat. Brian, is it glitching for you? No, the chat seems to be working as far as I can tell. Let me see. Before we get going too far here, it's a little hard for me to read the chat on the screen itself, so I'm going to be having to look down at it over here. Hey, everybody. Nice to see everybody popping in. I know the title. It's a little clickbaity, but it is the drone none of us asked for. Now, is it the drone none of us want? I wouldn't say that. I think a lot of people are going to want this, and I do think that the Mavic Mini is going to be a drone that is going to open up the, I guess, for beginners, a lot of beginners. And the newest thing, we'll talk more about this later, but the newest thing is that the Fly More package is supposedly, actually now, being said it's going to be under $500. A tiny little product that can do a lot of the stuff that some of our other ones can do for under 500 bucks. That's actually pretty good. Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Richard. Good morning, everybody. Amsterdam. Wow, that's cool. Been in that Amsterdam. Anyways, well, Colorado's like that too, but I don't smoke, so I don't know. Let's get on to it a little bit. Let's see. I've been How do you like the new chat, like the Tron kind of look? You guys, or not the chat, but the page. What do you guys think of that? Like I said, I'm experimenting. Yeah, here's the old one. It was something like this. So let me know which one you think is better. You like this one, or you like this one? You know, Brian, about the high wind thing, let's talk about that for a minute, because everyone said the same thing about the Mavic. Everyone said the same thing about the Mavic Air, and they both blew us away with what they could actually do. I mean, the Mavic line ended up being more stable than the Phantom 3 line. Even the early Phantom 4s, the Mavic line was more stable in high winds. Now the Mavic Air blows me away how stable that thing is on a gusty, windy day. And it's tiny. It's tiny. Will this be the same? I mean, it's pretty light, so we'll have to see. It's hard for me to judge that one because it very well could get blown away. But then again, if we know that it's gonna, and I'm sure somebody's gonna go out there and buy it and try this, it's not gonna be me. And they're gonna buy it and they're gonna put it up in some crazy gusty wind and they're gonna lose it or not lose it. And we're gonna all find out right then if this thing is capable of doing that. I'll try to make this chat window a little bigger here, guys, so that it's a little more readable. Then there we go. Just give me a second to mess with this. I'm learning OBS, and look at that, I'm learning right while you guys watch. That's pretty cool. Whoops, wrong thing. All right. Just give me a second, bear with me, and I'm going to pull this back down. I should be able to make it bigger. Oh, we don't want it to cut everybody off, though. Whoa, Jenna. That's dope. Thank you so much. Okay, let me squish it this way. And now we'll make it bigger again. So yeah, there's going to be a little learning curve for me to like arrange this stuff. Sorry about that. It's just easier for me to look at the screen as it's happening. And we'll fix this another time. So that's going to have to do. All right, let's see. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Tiny whoops work in the wind. So many things work in the wind. I'm sure you could fly this in the wind. Maybe in higher winds it's going to suck, but, time will tell. Josh, you blow your $500 in one. That's great. So, Josh, just if you guys, would it be easier if I repeat the comment that I'm referring to or responding back to first and then answer, or should I just answer and you guys are reading the chat? What's a little easier? This live thing is still something I'm working on. My Tello ran into a wall the other day because the connection between my Tello and my phone sucks. Just so you know, AJ. So, all right, let's take a look. For example, let's start. How many people we got in here? We got 25. Okay, so we got to make sure we talk about the Mavic Mini here because this is something that I want to go through and talk to you. I want to read you some of these comments. It actually took me by surprise. My other video was not meant to be negative at all about the Mavic Mini. It was just meant to be a post or a video to discuss the Mavic Mini. And again, let me thank Jenna for that super chat. That is dope, man. Like, and yeah, I'm glad you love the content. I know it's not just drones, but I appreciate that you like what you do like and you watch what you do watch, and hopefully that shirt that you got, it Spin Up, fits. Before we get into these comments, I am still editing 2 videos from Spin Up and 1 from Vid Summit, so that will come shortly. Where I'm back at work, so time is limited. All right. Invite you to your live video chat. That I have no clue. The live video chat is there. You seem to be in it right now. So let's see. Fishing and flying solo. So on this video from the other day, I chose a few comments, and they're all over the place. Some are very positive about it. Some are very negative. The craziest thing is I'm seeing so many negative posts that people didn't want this drone, that it's not what they were hoping for. So I thought I'd read a few of these comments, and then we can go into some pictures, and then we can discuss it a little bit more. AJ, I'm not sure. I'm talking to you right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to jump back to the comments and then keep going on this. But yeah, I just leave a comment in the chat there, and I'll read it, and we'll talk. That's what this is all about. Me talking to you guys, trying to get this into something that I can maybe do once a week or every 2 weeks, because the community that I had at Spin Up and Vid Summit and getting to meet with creators as well as other drone pilots and other people that like this content, man, and their own content, it was so cool. And this is the only way that I can really do this. I'll be bringing other people into the show, not today, but eventually as well. And I'm going to come up with a name for the show. We're going to try to find a day and a time that works, that I can do it over and over and over and over. All right, so now back to the Mavic Mini, guys. This is, and girls, it's obviously, we all know the leak. It's under 250 grams. 249 is the most confirmed thing I've seen. It means you don't have to register it with the FAA, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be unlocked like the Evo. We don't know that yet. I guess we'll know that in a couple days, but that's what everyone is assuming, that it's going to be unlocked like the Evo and you can fly it anywhere like a toy drone. It's not going to have the GPS stuff, but it is going to have GPS stuff. So my thoughts are it probably will follow suit with the way that all the other DJI products do, and it will probably lock you out if you're by an airport, and you'll still have to call and get permission and use Kitty Hawk and all that other stuff. Okay, and yeah, there will always be haters. That doesn't mean that they're going to buy it, though. But yeah, there are always going to be haters. In my last video, like I said, I personally have this guy here, as well as the Mavic Zoom and everything else. And what I really wanted to see was a version 2 of this. There was supposedly a Spark that was being worked on and a version 2 of this. Now, I don't know if those are indefinitely put on hold or if we're going to still see a version 2 of this sometime. But with the threat of some of these new drone laws coming towards us, DJI wanted to make something under that weight so that they don't have to completely lose all their drone sales. Because if a 12-year-old kid has to go in and take a 107 or something comparable to the 107 to fly what they consider a toy, that's going to hurt their business like crazy. Probably even more so than the tariffs that they're already dealing with. All right, let me switch back to the chat and we'll come back to these comments. All right, guys? All right. And yes, Jenna, you are 100% right. Jenna said it will fill a niche that other drones may not. DJI has a good record for a quality product, and she's 100% right. DJI has made a quality product with pretty much everything they put out. The weight of it, the build quality, they typically make a very good product. Even the Osmo Action, if you guys have been around for a while and you heard me say, well, it wasn't quite as good as the GoPro 7, and I still stand by that. But with updates to the firmware, that thing has grown on me. As it's not a bad camera at all. So I'm sure the Mavic Mini is going to have a user base, and there's a lot of people already talking about wanting to buy it, and that's great. You know, let there be variety. Like, there's no reason that a company like this shouldn't make something just because it's not exactly what we wanted or what some of us wanted. Yeah, AJ said, I think AJ might have left this comment the other day too, is that some of the states are actually going to make you start putting insurance on your drone. Now, that's something similar that's gone on for a long time. You weren't forced to do it, but if you flew RC planes, nitro planes, things like that, well, you could go through, oh man, I'm having a brain moment. I can't remember. Anybody remember the old club you would go through and you could actually get insurance through them? So if you're flying your RC plane and it went off into traffic and hit a car, you'd be covered with like $1 million insurance or something. I cannot think of what it is off the top of my head. I used to be part of it. Anyways, it's still around, and that would be probably a way that you could work around that. But it is sort of a dumb law, like if this law that you can't fly in the mountains, like, come on, really? There's nothing out here. Like, this is the place to fly. And if you can't fly in the mountains anymore, what the hell am I going to do with all my toys? AMA, that's it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, guys. The AMA, yeah, that's still around as far as I know, and they do offer insurance, so that might be a way to work around that. But again, depending on what the FAA does with this drone being 249 grams, if everybody does stupid stuff with it, in a few weeks, the new law might be that it's 240 grams that you got to register and all that. So, you know, the government can step in and change whatever they want to change, unless enough of us actually get together and go and fight them on it. They do whatever they want, and we just have to go along with it. Sort of lame, but it's, you know, sort of how it is. All right, let me check the comments real quick, see what we got going on in here. All right. Who's saying you live in Colorado? Yes, I live in Colorado, AJ. Genesee says a good beginner drone for teaching and reaching into the market. And that, I think, is 100% correct. This will be something that schools can afford to get. You know, this is something that smaller classes, families that are on a budget could get, you know, for their kids, or, well, hell, maybe even for dad. Christmas is coming up, and this thing's going to sell like hotcakes this Christmas. I can guarantee you that. All right, just give me a second. I'm sort of going back. Let's see. Let's go back to the Tron one real quick. Yeah, I like this one. All right, so. All right, I'm just going through the chat here. All right. Kenneth Hell says, I'm a DJI fanatic, but I'm more excited about the Skydio 2 right now. And Kenneth, I am 200% with you, man. I am stoked to explore and play with the Skydio 2. I'd love to talk about that a little bit more. So after we're done talking about the Mavic Mini, I do have some really cool pictures I want to share of the Skydio 2. If you guys out there are not familiar with this drone, it is mind-blowing what this thing can pull off. Hey, we got somebody all the way from Glastonbury, England, being their photography. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not sure what your actual name is. I can't tell by the little picture, but that is dope. I've been to England before, and it's a beautiful country. All right. AJ, that is correct. If you crash your drone into a car, you should be held responsible. Just as if I jump out in front of a car and it's my fault, or drive into somebody's car, you should be held responsible for that. Problem is, there's a lot of shitty people in the world, and there's a lot of people that won't actually stand up and do what's right. So then the government steps in and tries to find a way to force people to do what should be the right thing. All right, let's see what else we got. Drone snowboarding. Josh, you are correct. With the Skydio 2, I will be doing some drone snowboarding stuff. Not on the resorts, of course, because you can't fly on those resorts. I'll be doing backcountry stuff. Let's see. Oh, man. Oh, man, AJ, that's crazy. You had a friend crash into a swimming pool with a bunch of kids swimming? Well, I don't know what he was doing, flying around the swimming pool, unless he was, I don't know. That sucks, man. Sounds like you got a friend that's going through a little thing there. And yes, Jenna, yes, stupid is as stupid does, and it does pay to be responsible. It pays to be respectful. You know, it pays to say hi to people and shake hands and just be good, man. Like, too many crappy people in this world. I'm getting a little off of topic, so let's switch over to some of these pictures of the Mavic Mini right now. Let me find it here. Actually, before we do that, have you guys seen this video? Check this out. So here we go. That was the Mavic Enterprise, and here is the Mavic Zoom. Oh, there we go. If you look, I think that the Mavic Air here looks like it's a little bit bigger, but I honestly don't think the Air is that much bigger than the Mini. It is heavier. It is so mind-blowing to me that they're pulling off this 25 to 30 minute flight time with something this size. That, to me, is so crazy. Absolutely crazy. And the battery is, I assume, where they're saving most of the weight. From what I understand, it's a 2-cell battery that's going to be on the new Mavic Mini. It's not going to have the rear sensors, I'm being told, and possibly not even the front sensors. It's going to have the bottom sensors so that it can still have like altitude positioning as well as GPS lock. It does have different props. It has little screws on the props, which is sort of weird to me. Like, it seems like this would be lighter, but you know, whatever, maybe it's not. I mean, that's pretty light. You'd think a couple metal screws would add weight. But that's sort of a step backwards in a sense, because years ago, all drones were held on with screws like that, and then they switched to these screw-on propellers, and then DJI started doing these quick-release propellers, which were just awesome. Let's see. Yeah, that is a heck of a leaked video there, isn't it? But I figured I'd share it here. Let's talk about some of these comments from the other day. This gives you sort of an idea of what other people are out there thinking. Fishing and Flying Solos says, I have a Spark and a Mavic Air and also a Phantom 3. Advanced and Phantom 4 Advanced. I will be buying the Mini because I've never been disappointed with DJI drones. I'm willing to be one of the first buyers. I'll probably buy 2 if it has full obstacle avoidance. He might be disappointed with the end there. From what I'm hearing, it doesn't have any obstacle avoidance, which is Again, mind blowing to me, but hey, whatever. It's it's a cheaper drone. They got to cut corners somewhere, right? Eddie Nunez says, in the word of Borat, Mavic Mini for girls like iPod Mini. Okay, all right, whatever that means. I guess the old iPod Minis, the little tiny ones. Hey, Osby Drone, how's it going? It's a Tello Max. That's pretty funny. All right, let's keep going through these, and then I'll get back into the chat in a second. James Richardson, I have both the Spark and the Mavic Air, and currently plan to get the Mini, largely for the longer flight time, 250 weight limit, and the portability. I travel internationally, and the smaller, lighter drone will be a blessing. That is a killer point because in Canada and some other countries, not here in America, but you like the process is completely different. So I get it, like especially for people in different places than America, this could be huge. It really could be. So as much as all of us are going, yeah, I'd rather have 4K, I'd rather have sensors, I'd rather have this. There is a market for this drone. Uh, we just didn't all, we don't all feel like we want it, and that's fine. That's fine, but we don't have to bash on it just because it's not what we want to buy. Although there are some pretty funny comments. Here we go. Regarding FAA registration, yes, under 250 grams, and you don't have to register. However, you still need to follow all other regulations that apply. That said, I'm looking at the Mini as well, and the test is coming for all hobbyists. It's just a matter of when the FAA finalizes it. Now, that's sort of scary, man. Again, does this mean like a little air drone or a little air hog drone that you get like at Target? You get it for like an 8-year-old. Now they got to go take a damn driver's license test or air test before they can play with their toys. Uh, I mean, if it's underweight, is that going to change? If it's overweight and you're buying your kid a Spark or a Mavic Air and it's overweight and you're teaching them and maybe they're 12, is there an age limit now? You got to be 16 to get a driver's license or a pilot license to fly these things? I hate that the government has figured out a way to make money off of all of us like this. Because that's really, I mean, yeah, they claim it's safety. Cool. Great. But there's not that many things with as many millions of drones that are out there. There's not that many things happening on a day-to-day basis that make the government really have to step in and go, excuse me, no, we need to make sure you all register and do this and do that and do that and send us $5 each, please, or more, because now we're going to make you take a test and that's going to take you more. And holy crap, let's say even 1 million of the people that buy these drones, and there's more than 1 million out there, but let's say even 500,000 go take this test and it's $20. They just made a lot of money. A lot of money. And don't even tell me that it's all about safety when it's really probably all about money because money makes the world go round. Matt Jackson, I wanted the Mavic Air 2 with improved specs over the Mavic Air 1. Size and design of the Mavic Air 1 is already perfect. It just needs improved specs. Here's what I want from the Mavic Air successor. 360 obstacle avoidance, OcuSync instead of Wi-Fi, improved camera. Doesn't have to be on the same level as Mavic 2, and I don't even expect it to be, but if it's just slightly better than Mavic Air 1, I'd be pretty happy. Mavic Air 1 already has a decent camera. 30-minute flight time, and there's perfect drone for me. Mavic Mini seems like it won't match Air in terms of specs, and the only thing it will have over Air will be a longer flight time, which means I don't care about it. Will it be a good successor to the Spark? But I don't. It will be a good successor to the Spark, but I don't think it will surpass the Mavic Air. Just make the Mavic Air 2 with improved specs, and I'm sold. And I am 100% with Matt. Doesn't have to have a 30-minute flight time. Obviously, they can do it, so why not? It doesn't even have to have an improved camera. The same camera on it. Put OcuSync on it. Make it so it has that longer battery life, and I would go out tomorrow and buy a new Mavic Air if it has the same design. This is my favorite design of a drone right now. Like, this thing is so solid. It's built so well. The way the camera's positioned, the way the legs feel, I mean, the body, this thing is so solid. The Wi-Fi connection is the only thing that really kills me. I could even deal with the short battery life that it has if I just had a better connection. Hey, longtime viewer Rick Halber. Afternoon, Sean. I'm not getting one this time. Don't need to go backwards. It's going to be a great little drone, and I hope for a lot of people. I just did my part 107. Recurrent test late last Monday and passed Yahoo. Being $249 is not a big deal in the US. You just save $5. You still need to follow all the rules, and with that, the lightweight, there's going to be a lot of sorry guys. There's going to be a lot of lost Mavic Minis all over the country, and if you find one, it will not have the registration number to help find the owner. Hopefully people put their names on it, but no one usually wants you to know whose it is. Rick makes a great point. There are going to be a lot of lost ones, and that could be a really fun video to make if you find a couple lost ones, trying to find the owners by looking at the video on it. That'd be hard, but it'd be sort of fun. Stan Cook, another longtime viewer. Good guy. I have no interest whatsoever in the Mini. I hardly fly my Mavic Air. My guess is all the big YouTube droners will buy one, make a bunch of videos, and then it will sit on the shelf. It seems like it might be the perfect drone for a newbie, though. I think the price is high for a first small drone. Time will tell. Sean, for you, I think the Skydio 2 will be a perfect fit. And I think I agree with him. There are so many things I want to talk to you guys about on the Skydio. I'm going to have to probably make another video. But if you've been on the channel for a while, you might know that I was going to get mine in April. Well, there's something I'm talking to someone about, not even with the company. The company didn't give two rat's ass that I ordered late. I never asked for a free one. I buy all these things, okay? If someone gives me free product, awesome, but I'd never go out of my way to try to get these free because I don't want to have to say, hey, that's great, when it actually sucks. I just like to be honest with whatever I'm reviewing or using, and so be it. Let's get to the next one here. CNNW3929. The Mavic Mini will be exempt from being registered. However, it will not be exempt for TFRs, NFCs, and other aircraft regulations. You will still have to get clearance to fly in controlled airspace. And with the Mavic 2 Pro, I have learned that AirMap is a bit less generous than DJI itself in flight restrictions. When I get warnings, even though I was at the very edge of a controlled airspace, I'm at least 8 miles from the nearest airport. I also read one rumor where the FAA is considering registration and testing requirements for sub 250 grams. That would suck. Largely due to this release. And I would not put it past them at all. The amount of money that they're going to make, making people pay for tests is, hell, just imagine the $5. Like, even if a quarter of the people who bought a drone have paid the $5, whew, the amount of money is mind-blowing. So if you're already Part 107 user and own a Mavic Air, then you might as well pass on the Mini. You know, I'm not a Part 107 user. I fly for fun. Occasionally I do little tutorials, and I make pictures for myself, and I share them with my family, and I share them with friends. I don't want to make this a job. I don't want to stop liking doing stuff with my drones, and as soon as it's a job, you know, I already have a job I like, guys. I work for myself. I own the tattoo studio. It's brilliant. It's great. Keeps me real busy. I don't want my drone hobby to feel like a job. I like it as a hobby. Good point here, though, about the TFR, the temporary flight restrictions, as well as the no-fly zones. However, look at the Autel Evo. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, but with the Autel Evo, you can. And there's no one that's stated one way or another yet on the Mavic Mini if we're going to be able to do that. All right, guys, let me look at the chat, and then we'll go back into reading some more of these. All right, we got a good amount of people tonight, 48 people. That's great. All right, just give me a second, and I'll read them out loud as I find something here. If there's something I missed and you really wanted me to read it out loud to everybody, just type it again, and I'll find it in a minute. Or hell, throw in a super chat, and I'll see it. It's real big and bold and super easy to get, like, to see a chat here whenever someone does that. All right, Oz by Drone. That was a pretty funny comment. I did like that. The calling it the Tello Max. RC planes. Everybody don't fly on buildings or houses. One was the diet. You know, AJ, RC planes. I used to have those. See those go into traffic a lot more often than I've ever seen drones go into traffic. You know, you can't just judge your overall thoughts on what you see, because what you see isn't what everyone else has experienced or seen. So you got to keep an open mind, and someone's going to see more stuff than you're going to see, and other people are going to see less stuff in life than you've seen, and that's okay. All right. Flight Right Drones, if most of their stuff is out of stock, there's a good chance that this is possibly something they're considering as a replacement, depending on how well it does. Time will tell. Oh, this is interesting. Oz by Drone actually responded and said, hey, that's because their old suppliers were corrupt. They had to cancel contracts with old supply chain companies. Now, that sounds like some dirty, dirty stuff. I don't know anything about that. So we'll have to see if Oz by Drone wants to chime in a little bit more. And Oz by Drone, all the time I always make jokes that you should spell your channel AUS instead of OZ, because like OZ stands for ounce, and I'm Oz. Anyways, just joking with you, man. All right, let's see what else we got here. Phantom 3, Flight Right Drone says Phantom 3 is still a solid drone, and you are 100% right. Buddy of mine has the Phantom 3, and it's a solid drone. It still is. I think people just like to buy the newest and the greatest, which is why lots of us buy new phones every year. All right, let's see. And Big Eye Tuna, I agree 100%. He says, so loud, chill everyone, fly it. Maybe it's insane, maybe it blows, but it's like high school for losers. Okay, well, now I wouldn't agree for the losers part, but yeah, people like to talk and people like to get opinions. But I do agree. Like, it looks like it's going to be a good product for the market that they're putting out for it. So just because it doesn't necessarily fit what we want to use it for, or maybe we have 2 or 3 drones already and we don't need it. No reason to bash on everybody else that might want it. Oh, it looks like Rick Halber passed his 107. Congratulations, Rick. You just missed it. I just read one of your comments just a minute ago. Oh, and thank you, L Stacker. Yeah, smash that like button, guys, if you're here. I'm sort of trying not to be too all over the place. I probably should have written down like a little script or a little bullet point thing, but I just wanted to shoot the shit and go back and forth with you guys in the chat and talk all about it. Agent Smith, Mr. Oz, it's 2 Z's, just so you know. 1 Z is ounce, like ounce by drone. Just giving you shit again. Okay. Speculation by complete goobers. There's so many leaked things. It's really not speculation anymore. So, I mean, if you're going to call people goobers and flip out because you don't agree with people talking about it, then I think maybe like you might want to look in the mirror. But I do agree, it's speculation to some degree at this point. But there's more things that have leaked since then. I'll get to those in a minute. We'll go to the pictures after and come back to these comments. Mavic Mini combo costs. Actually, I do have a good idea of what that costs. So let me get to that. Let's look at some of these pictures. So right there, you've got the Mavic Mini. And yeah, it took me a while to get to the pictures. I probably should have shown you guys these first. I'm sure most of you have seen it. You can see the props that are screwed on there. You can see that the camera and the gimbal is completely different. It looks like a really nice gimbal case to protect it compared to some of the other ones. There's the close-up of the 2-cell battery, which is probably a big part of how they save so much weight. Because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Air is a 3-cell. So there is a picture of the Fly More kit, and it comes with a little case. Oh, so is this still speculation? I don't know. And here's another picture of, I guess I have 2 of those. And here's another picture of the Fly More. It even comes with a cage for flying inside, which something this small should be like flown inside. It looks like the perfect little fun inside beginner drone. It looks like it comes with 3 batteries, a charger, and pretty much the things that we're used to seeing in the Fly More kits. Now this is interesting because I thought those were sensors. Yet up close it almost looks like there's a little bit of a mesh, like maybe they're just vents for cooling. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just for looks because they don't look like that. My camera sucks, but yeah, they don't look like that. And from what I'm hearing, there's no sensors on the sides, fronts, or backs, just on the bottom. And here you go. You wanted to know how much it cost? Let's see. The last thing I saw, I think they have it up on their website over at DroneWorks. I don't think it's up on DJI's website yet. I could be mistaken, but this is pretty interesting. 249 grams, we knew that. Now so they're saying, DroneWorks is saying 25-minute maximum flight time, 2.5 miles, HD video transmission, which is great. Vision Sensor Plus, that's the sensors on the bottom to help keep it stable. And we all know it has 2.7K video footage. It's not doing 4K. Supposedly it's dumbed down. It's actually capable, but they don't want to have it compete too hard with the Air. That's speculation. Here we go. Let's take a look. Where did my Air go? Yeah, it looks like it's smaller than the Air. Yep. Not by much, but it's definitely a little smaller than the Air, which is another way they save some weight. This kit doesn't show the whole Fly More bundle. It looks like the sticks are removable. It looks like a similar remote to the Air. It's a little different looking actually, but similar. And here it is with the propeller guards on. So we went through the pictures. And let's get back to the chat. Yeah, if people are still hating, AJ, actually Rick, the last thing I've heard was that the Fly More kit is going to be just under $500. And if that is true, that's insane to me. Like in America, for it to be like $499 even, like to come with the Fly More kit, if that thing had sensors, I'd possibly buy one anyways. All right, let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Agent Smith retracted his comment, so I missed that. All right. Big Eye Tuna said AJ rocks. Our opinions line up great. You're great. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Kenneth and Rick, exactly. There's nothing wrong with DJI expanding their market to a new base of people. I mean, I know we all want the next and greatest thing. I want the Mavic Air 2 so bad, and I'd love to see it updated. Although I do fly my Zoom 90% of the time, my Autel Evo collects dust most of the time. I do keep it because you never know. But, like, that's okay that this is being made for a different group of people. It wasn't made for the ones of us that are looking for the next best thing. Oh, let's see. So Bill says those sensor holes are just for looks. The upper grill's at best. DJI is looking for another corner of the market. Kenneth says, wonder if it will be FPV compatible. That's a good point. That could be pretty fun, like to have that inside, flying it like in FPV mode, like as a good stable learning FPV kind of setup. Because I tell you, at Drone Spin Up, I just went up to Drone Spin Up in Austin and tried FPV. You guys who watch Ken Heron's channel, he put a video up. He was flying FPV with Ed Ricker, and all of a sudden you see it crash into the gate behind a guy's head. That was me. That shit is hard. That is so disoriented when you're not wearing the goggles to know what, after you've done a flip, and you just, oh my gosh, man. It blows my mind how good Ed did flying that. And if you guys missed it, I just posted a video about FPV chasing a Camaro. It's absolutely insane what this guy does. This is just so cool, watching him fly from in the car and out the car and getting all those shots. No one specific says, the drone no one asked for. Good one. I was interested in his gift for someone until I heard it was only 2.7. As I'm no 1080 or 720 is this point and shoot camera. Okay, so I'm going to say this again. Everyone who's freaking out that it's not 4K, if you do this stuff for online, YouTube, most of the people who watch your content are watching from phones or small tablets. No one's able to actually experience it in 4K and actually tell a difference unless you have bionic Superman eyes. But yeah, the 4K gives you a larger file size, makes it harder to edit the footage unless you have like the cream of the crop best computer ever. And it makes you have to have more hard drives to save your footage if you're a guy like myself who saves the heck out of your footage. So 2.7 is probably more than enough because I shoot pretty much everything you see on my channel in 1080. Every now and then I'll make a 4K video, but the majority of the time it's 1080. All right, let's see. What else we got in the chat real quick? Okay, hi Sean. AJ says, not too happy with the GoPro. I'm going to have to do. So I'm not sure which GoPro you're not happy with. Well, I'll keep this GoPro talk short because I have so much I'd love to talk about. I'm so pissed. I went out today in a powder morning and did all this filming, and I got powder in the snow all over me. I get home, I watch the video, and like 80% of my video is frozen. It's just frozen screens with talking, and I have no idea if I'm going to be able to fix that. And I don't know if I want to get the 8 because if the 8's doing the same thing the 7 is with freezing and cold weather, it sucks. It sucks so bad when it freezes like that. And you think you've got this awesome video you're going to be able to edit and share. And you get back to your house and you put it all up on the computer and nothing. Nothing. So pissed. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yep, weekend droners. We were just showing pictures from what I'm hearing too. You're right. There's no sensors of any kind except on the bottom for positioning. All right. Okay, Bill. Bill just says he's been flying FPV for years. You may want to try DJI goggles. It's freaking blast. Just make sure you're sitting in a chair. And yes, I got to try the DJI goggles and look through them at Awesome Drone Spin Up. And wow, man. They are like looking at a GoPro picture as you're flying. It is incredible. And no one specific said earlier that the Mavic Air is a 3-cell battery drone, and that's cool to know. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Rick, his eyes are so bad that 4K doesn't make a difference. Rick, don't listen to anyone else. It doesn't make a difference on a phone for anybody. They can say all day long that it does, but again, you know, most people, 99% of the people out there on your phones, 4K and 1080 isn't a huge difference. All right, let's switch back over and read a couple more of these comments. Agent K, DJI, we're releasing 249 gram Mavic Mini. FAA, we decided the registration weight will be 248 grams and over. And that is probably what will happen. We'll see. Depends on how stupid people are with this. You know, if the government jumps in again and says, well, let's do this for safety. And then it's about the money. Michael says, nice video. I'm a hobbyist and I'll be buying the Mavic Mini when it's released. I have the Mavic Air and the Mavic Zoom. Skydio 2 is pre-ordered. The Mavic Air was my first drone and it's still my favorite to fly. The Mavic Air is a very fun drone to fly. If you have not done it, borrow someone's. You know, if you're up here around me, come say hi. We'll go fly. It's a fun drone to fly. So yeah, it's a great purchase. The Skydio 2 is going to be sick. Jim's Droning says, hey, Sean, can't wait to see what you do with your new Mavic Mini. LOL, you will. So we'll see. I have no plans at this time to buy a Mavic Mini. I have plans to get the Skydio 2. I'm going to be getting the GoPro Max, which is a 360 camera. I'm on the fence if I'm going to do the 8. And I have to get a new computer and a new hard drive soon. So I am on very, very limited resources after that. WG Brown says, I haven't bought a new quad this year. No need for this little guy either. Speculation is fun, but I have zero use for it. And I'd like to say that this video is all speculation, but there have been so many leaks today that it's really not speculation anymore. And a couple things are, but most of us know what's supposed to happen. And if, hey, maybe they pull the wool over all our eyes and this event that's coming up isn't even the Mavic Mini. Wouldn't that be something if they blasted out like the Mavic 3 or something? Or the Mavic, or the Phantom 5. Wouldn't that be something if that's what this event actually was? Hey, Ed Ricker's in the house, everybody. Great guy. If you're not following his channel, I definitely recommend going and checking it out. He's got a couple of incredible FPV videos on his channel. The guy is a wizard with his sticks, so I definitely recommend checking out his channel if you're into that. And he says, I bet the Mavic Mini would be great on a hike to a grotto. I bet he's right, man. That's sort of an inside joke. There's a video that I'm working on editing after I get the finished drone spin up. Actually, there's 3 videos from spin up. There's the spin up, the spin out, no, spin up, spin down, and spin out. Spin out was Ed, myself, and Ken, where we did some hiking and did some crazy stuff there in some private land. And that was a blast. And that's going to be a pretty funny video. Let's see what else we got here. The GoPro Hero 8. AJ, have you bought one? Have you been using it? AJ said he's something about the GoPro Hero 8. We've got, I've not seen your tornado damaged drone video. I have not seen that, Kenneth. All right, let's switch over to the next one of these. Did we read this one yet? Okay, so thanks for the video, my friend, but unfortunately I live in a city, so this is a no-brainer for me. My Mavic Air gets about 300 feet on a good day. I imagine that this will be a house flyer for me. However, it will be a great drone for the guy just getting started in the hobby and who lives in a tent in the hills of North Dakota. That guy will love this thing. Only joking. I'm sure it will perform well. It is a DJI drone, of course. That's pretty funny. Oh, look at this one. Look how nice. AZRJR. I think you're full of crap. I'm not. I could verify that. There's a bathroom over there. I took care of that before we started live chat. So I'm not. But these kind of comments blow my mind, man. Like my last title of my last video, it was like a little clickbaity. It was what, the Mavic Mini? No thanks, right? Not even sucks or anything like that. Just no thanks. And you get someone who doesn't watch the video because I'm actually talking that it's a pretty good looking product. And they're so angry that they leave you a comment like this. It's hilarious, man. Tech Drone Media, my good buddy Henrik, another guy, you need to go check out his channel if you don't already. He just posted a pretty funny Halloween video today. Says, I'm getting one. I think this would be a great entry drone I can use to make content around. Nice Freddy glove. If you missed the last video, Freddy glove. There it is. I'll show you. And off subject, completely off subject for 2 seconds here. I was going to be Freddy again this year for Halloween, but between Vid Summit and Awesome Drone Spin Up, I did not have the time to sculpt, mold, paint my Freddy prosthetic. So I wasn't able to go to the mountain and make a Freddy video of Freddy going down the mountain snowboarding. I personally don't buy DJI products anymore. They screwed me hard without even a kiss. No reach around either. On a battery situation, hasta la vista baby, you hear Arnold now. Autel Evo is where it is at for me, and it is also small enough for hiking. The Autel Evo's not a bad product at all. So if you're an Autel guy, nothing wrong with that either. Deacon B says, this is a toy to me. Maybe I'll give one to the grandkids for Christmas. The Tello is what I probably recommend for the grandkids. It's only $99. It's not $500. So, yeah. I have the Spark and a Mavic Air and also a PS3 in it. Well, I think that's the first one. So let's go back to here. And we'll go into some other pictures and stuff in just a minute. All right, so... Hey, Chris Hope is in the room. Nice to see you, Chris. All right, I'm going through the chat right now, guys. Let me adjust that. And if I missed something and you want to ask again, please go ahead and ask again, and I'll try to see it. You know, I'm trying to see who's stand out. So just bear with me. I hate to have dead silence here, so I'm just going to blabber as I'm looking through the comments. Mars FPV drone says, how's the Mavic Mini going to handle windy conditions? Don't see it being solid in the wind. Well, we were talking about this earlier, and we were all sort of blown away at how the Mavic Pro did in the wind. And then we all thought the Mavic Air was going to suck in the wind. And it was actually more stable than the original Mavic Pro in the wind. So, I can't put it past DJI if it has GPS lock and it has bottom sensors. I got a feeling it's going to be pretty darn stable. All right, let's see here. Yeah, we got all the guys are coming in tonight. I'm going to have to do more of these live things. This is so much fun being able to actually talk to you guys and figure out how I can have guests on here so I can go back and forth instead of just reading everybody's comments. But this is pretty fun. I'm having a good time. And if you're watching this in replay or if you just joined us, we're talking about the Mavic Mini we're all going back and forth from the chat, just talking about what we think, the use of it for, who wants to get it, who doesn't, who likes the look of it, who doesn't like the look of it, what turns you on about it, what turns you off about it. And we're going to start talking about the Skydio 2 here shortly. That excites me. But let's go ahead and before we get to the Skydio, I'm going to go ahead and propose this question. Is there anyone in the chat right now that is actually getting the Skydio 2, thinking about it, or already put some money down on it? I'll get to those in a minute. Okay. I wonder, something I haven't seen is if the drone is going to be under $500 for the Fly More kit, and this is the Mavic Mini we're talking about, how much is that battery going to be? What, you guys want to make some bets tonight? Like, let's everyone throw in your comment what you think the battery is going to cost. I'm thinking about $49, maybe somewhere between $49 and $69 for a new battery, an extra battery for this thing. And then in a few days, when they announce it, they'll announce how much the battery is. And, we'll go back and see who wins. Maybe I'll send you a sticker. All right, we need to have jokes ready. Yes, you guys tell jokes between yourselves. That would be great for the silence time while I'm reading this. It's interesting to me because actually the chat is actually pretty live here. So see, I'm holding an iPad here, and I thought it was faster on the iPad, but just look right there. It's like on time. They're at this exact same spot. So now it looks like I'm actually looking at you guys, but I'm really looking right. No. Why is that now? I'm looking. That's so weird. There. Yeah. There. Okay. Jay Sense, excellent question. Is it worth getting the Mavic Mini if you have a Spark? And I would actually say yes. I think it will be worth getting the Mavic Mini if you have a Spark. It's going to give you a few new options that you can't do with the Spark. And I think it's probably going to be just a better, overall, more solid product. And it's really, hell, what's the Spark selling for now? Isn't the Spark sold out everywhere? But yeah, if you're on the fence and you have a Spark, I'd say, yeah, go for it. That's going to be a good one. Rick, thank you. You like the live streams. I appreciate that. I really would like to figure out a time and day that I could do this more often, because it's really cool, man. Like it's a way for me to communicate directly with the people that watch my channel, whether it be snow content, drone content, GoPro content. It is a cool way for us to all sit around and shoot the shit. And they'll probably demonetize this one because I think I've said shit at least 10 or 20 times now during this. Sorry guys, it's my language. I'm PG-13. Or is that PG? I think shit's a PG word. All right. So they got rid of the sensors because of the weight. I wouldn't be surprised at all, Kenneth, if that's why or part of what that is. They also got a 2-cell battery from what I understand from the pictures that I went through earlier. Mavic Mini battery, we got a guess at 50. We got a guess at 44. We'll see. In a couple days here, we'll probably see what that is. Mars FPV Drones is thinking about the Skydio 2, but can't buy it. It's not available for us in Australia right now. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, you'll get to see a lot of videos about it coming out in the next couple of months. So they're supposed to start filling orders in November, and that's coming soon. Okay, so North 54 said, can't wait to see how the Mini gets the big push on October 30th with the YouTube influencers who have had it for weeks already, just sitting on their reviews. And the ones that get it like that, it's going to be like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Look at the size of this. We can fly it in our house. We can fly it outside. We can fly it and not have to register it. Look at this great little gimbal setup. These aren't sensors, but we really don't need them. And honestly, I'd rather have sensors in the back, because when I'm flying forward, I can see what it sees. When I'm flying backwards, I can't see anything. There's a reason cars have backup cameras in them and not going forward cameras, right? I guess it's Chinese things, or what, do they drive on the other side of the road? I don't know. Okay. Sorry about that little tangent. Hey Rick, how much is the Sparks battery? That's a good thing. Like I'm not sure how much the Sparks battery is, and is the Spark, is that a 3-cell battery? Appreciate that, Agent K. So, does the Skydio 2 do live? Does it do YouTube live? Because if so, Loveland Pass is a really cool area. It's backcountry stuff, but it's easy to get to backcountry stuff, and I do plan to use the Skydio there. And I do get signal there for the most part, so I might be able to hotspot it to my phone and do a live thing. That would be so dope. Although you wouldn't be able to hear me because it would be just a live feed from the drone, because I can't really snowboard and hold the controller with my phone. Yeah, I guarantee you guys that there's a couple of people that already have these, and their video is going to be, oh, DJI! And that's okay. That's okay. If people like to just give DJI the reach around, that's fine. They make a solid product for the most part. $59.99 for the Spark battery. Okay. So my guess it's going to be $54.99. That's my guess. That it's going to be $54.99. Eddie Nunez. Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, let's see what else we got here. Here's the pictures again. Let's go ahead and show these again. I actually could probably blow these up if they're too small. So the gimbal and the gimbal case look pretty dope. I'm not a big fan of the screws. I'd rather them be the quick props. But again, like I said in the other video, you don't really have to change the props quickly ever. Like there's never been a spot where I chip one and I go, oh, quick, take it off, quick, I gotta get it back in the air. No, it doesn't happen. You guys are gonna laugh. I've been flying with this broken prop, I don't know, for like 6 months. It's sort of broken. It's just chipped at the end. It doesn't actually change the way it flies. It might make it a little bit different noise levels wise, because these are the silent props that come with the zoom. But it does not change the flight characteristics at all. Here's that 2-cell battery. I'll leave that. Let's blow this up for a second. Okay. Can you guys read all that? It's got 8.4 volts for the maximum charge, 7.2 DC, 2400 milliamp battery, DJI approved charging devices. That means they don't want you to buy other people's stuff. Never put the battery into a fire. Puncture it. Oh, come on. It's fun to puncture those. Like, just put them on concrete and puncture. That's better than just throwing it in the trash not punctured. Do not use water-damaged batteries. Okay. What do we got on this side? Anything worth a damn to read on here? Made in China. No shit. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Let's go to the next picture. Well, I gotta shrink these back down. Hold on. This is pretty cool. I can move these around while I'm live. So I'm learning the live stuff, guys. So just, like I said, bear with me. I do like that it's coming with a cool little case like that, instead of the bags that we're so used to with the Mavic and the Mavic Zoom and the Mavic 2 Pro, and that horrible excuse for a bag that came with the Mavic Air. That bag just was, I don't even know what that was. It is a cool looking little product. I do wish, I saw some pictures earlier where it was two-toned. It was like a white stripe down the side or the top and gray on the sides, and I liked the look of that. Looks like the final product might not be that though. There's your Flymore kit. There's a close-up of that vent that is supposed to look like it's something, but it's really not. We'll see in a couple days. You can see a little bit more of the gimbal there. And here's some interesting specs. We all know it's under 250 grams. Most people have said it's up to 30 minutes. I've seen it said that it's as low as 18. It's probably more of a 25-minute time if the 30-minute is true, because we all know that we never get the amount of time that they promise we're going to get. It's just real-world conditions. You just don't get it. And it is tiny. It is smaller than the Air, because as if you missed it earlier, there's my Air, and there you go. Yep, it's smaller than the Air. Definitely is. I don't know if it's Not taller though. I can't wait to see some side-by-sides with the Air. I don't know why people are putting side-by-sides with the Enterprise. I guess that's all they had. But yeah, there we go. We went through all the comments. What do we got? Oh, this could be fun. All right, so here is Twitter. What is the most recent thing under Mavic Mini? All right. Mavic Mini top post. Let's go to latest. Is Twitter showing for everybody? Okay, good. Okay, can anybody read this? I think it says Mavic Mini, little small drone, 249 grams, blah, 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 blah. I have no idea what it says. But can anyone read it? There's the box. That's the first time I've seen the box. Let's see if I can make that bigger. Is that showing or is that off the screen? Hopefully you guys can see that. If so, I'll make it smaller again. But yeah. There it is with the prop guards right there. Again in someone's hand. That's funny. You got the Mavic Mini on the Enterprise, and then someone's got a small dog on a big dog, because that's you know, that's how it goes. It does look kind of thick, doesn't it? That's what she said, right? And why is that coming up from Mavic Mini? All right, more Mavic Mini. There's the same hand picture. Here's some, oh, look, Bill the Drone Reviewer. He's in this picture. You're in the Sky, Rotor Talk Live Season 2. Not familiar with those guys. Some of you guys might watch them. But that's Bill. I am familiar with Bill. He's friends with Ken. Hey, and there's Bill's post. And another one. All right, let's see. Here's another picture. Same picture again. Not seeing anything really new. I don't think this is right. I don't think this price, $645.20. I don't think that is what it's going to be. I have a feeling that it's going to be under 500 bucks. I think that the Fly More, they're going to, oh my God, Melissa. Melissa's in the chat, and she sent me a super chat. That's so cool. Oh, Melissa, when are you going to be back in town, man? We did some riding today, and me and Cheyenne and Josh went out, and of course Jonathan and Tommy, and it was a blast, man. The snow is so good at Keystone right now. It doesn't seem like it's blown snow. Like, their new system really works really well. And Melissa, if you're interested in drones, I'm glad to show you mine and teach you some stuff about them. I love sharing stuff with people. God, Melissa, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could use the Spark controller with Mavic Mini. It'd be nice if you could use the Mavic Air controller, but they would sell a lot less controllers that way and a lot less Fly More kits, so they're not going to do that. That's the Mavic 2 Pro. All right. Here's somebody holding the Air, the Spark, and the Spark looks smaller to me. It still looks a lot smaller. That is amazing that the Spark is heavier than the Mavic Mini. It must be a 3-cell battery in the Spark. I think we talked about this earlier. Or did we talk about the Air? Yep, the girls have sent me super chats because girls rule and boys suck. It's just true. It is true. We pee on the toilet and make a mess, and then people clean it up, and we don't clean it up because we don't notice it. It's not that we're really trying to make a mess. We just oblivious to it. Oblivious. Whew. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think that's really printed on there. What do you guys think? Do you think they're really printing those on there? Some weird stuff coming up on here. That's a pretty cool picture of the gimbal right there. I don't think we had that one earlier. Yeah, smash that thumbs up, everybody. That would be awesome. That means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that, we've been on for like an hour now, and there's 45 people still in the chat room, man. We're just talking and having a good time, shooting the crap about drones, and man, this is cool. I'm gonna have to do more of these live streams. I wonder how many of you guys would come into the live stream if I was shooting the shit about snowboarding. Maybe if I'm shooting the shit about snowboarding with the Skydio, maybe then. Yeah, I don't know. Melissa's super into snowboarding. I don't know if she'd be interested in the drones. If you say in it, you might know. Later, Kenneth. You have a good night, man. I appreciate you sticking around for so long on the chat. Melissa, Spin Up is pretty cool. If you're interested in drones, it's a pretty cool event. It's in Austin, Texas. I just actually did a speech. Like, I'm going to post some of that speech on my channel here, and it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've done. And I faced my fear and did it, and people seemed to like the content of the speech, so it went over well, I think. But yeah, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, Melissa, I'll show you some of my drones here. And there's a bunch of other girls that go to this event, and it's a great excuse to go to Austin, Texas for a few days. Edwin, nice to meet you. It's going pretty well. The snow started coming down. We had 6 inches of snow last night, and I'm pretty stoked on that. Although my video that I filmed today, GoPro frozen most of the shots, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make a video out of it. All right, let's see what else we see in here. I think, it seems to, there's the box again. Let's see if that shows. All right, hopefully that shows a little bit. You guys can see that box, right? That's what she said. God, like, does anybody else watch The Office? I think, like, when we can't find anything else on TV, we're like, oh, we only got 20 minutes. What are we going to do while we're eating? Turn on The Office, right? That's the go-to. Yeah, so you can see in the picture on the box, that's a nice looking little case. You can see it to the right a little bit there. 3 batteries, battery hub charger. It looks like it's a very weird battery hub charger, so I assume that folds open or something. The controller, the sticks come on and off from what I understand. And then your screw-on props and your cage. Yeah, I'll have to do more streams for sure, Mars. It's just the content, like this channel is sort of all over the place. I'm actually going to be making a tattoo channel, and I am debating whether this is going to stay an active lifestyle, teaching you guys with drones, snowboarding, and all that, or if I'm going to completely remove the snowboarding and create a new channel just for snowboarding. That is what I'm still on the fence about. For the Mavic Air, I do actually recommend, let's see, who said that? Din Wink Kiwi? And I might probably said that wrong, but yes, here is the case that I use for the Mavic Air. And somewhere on my channel, I actually have a review video of this case, and I've got a second one that's empty that I need to do a giveaway for and give to somebody. It is a Dacket case. It's a semi-rigid case. It's a really nice construction, and it opens up, and everything fits in it like that. And if I can get in front of the camera, there we go. So yep, this is my Mavic case, and I also have like a little battery charger thing here, and then and this is like for your phone and stuff, and then you can fold this down this way. And it's got all your extra propellers, cables. It's got a zipper pocket here that fits more in it. I've got this in it. I need to make a video for this. These are the Master Air Screw propellers. They're supposed to be quieter. They sent these to me a while ago, and I've been like meaning to make a video, but God, I'm so busy. I haven't even tried them. They're brand new in the box still. But from what I understand, they work, and they're good propellers. So if you guys are looking for something to make your Mavic Air a little quieter, go over to their website and check them out. And they're not that expensive. All right, let's see. Yeah, have a good night, Mars. Thanks again for coming in. Jenna, thank you so much that you enjoyed the presentation at Spin Up. Everything that could have gone wrong did. I wasn't able to access my notes. I couldn't see the next slide. I had no idea if I was going to be talking about the wrong thing and go to the wrong slide. But it was a cool learning lesson, and believe it or not, I actually want to do it again. If Kelly ends up needing an MC and it doesn't, and the time frame for that event works, I would love to be able to do the MC stuff, because that's just talking like this. And then I have a little note a little note that says who's next on stage, and I just got to talk them up and entertain the crowd, make everyone play rock, paper, scissors some more, and it would be a good time. All right, let's get off of Twitter and see what else we got. Oh, the Skydio. Look at this thing. For those of you who are not familiar with the Skydio, it is one of the coolest looking things since sliced bread. It has, if you're familiar with DJI products in active track, follow me modes, things like that, This thing has the amount of sensors and the brain on it that it can follow you in a way that DJI Active Track isn't even close. I mean, not even close at all. And I actually like that the camera is up in the front like that. I find it interesting that they are promoting hand launching because if you've been on my channel for a while, you know some of my best viewed videos are how to hand launch and hand catch your Mavic drone. And this thing is something that I am so interested in. I do not have any videos to share of it at the moment. It's got a magnetic battery on the bottom. That's the thing that weirds me out. It definitely weirds me out a little bit. Rick, you leaving? All right, man. You have a good night. Or no, that's Mars leaving saying goodbye to Rick. Okay. It's so cool to see you guys chatting amongst yourselves in the chat. I love that. Okay, Echo Hobbies just says that the Master Air Screws are a different tone and more pleasing noise, but not a lot quieter than the stock propellers. Supposedly there's a second version of those propellers that have come out through that same company that are even quieter, but I have not tried either version yet. It is a pretty drone too, isn't the Skydio is a pretty drone. So that's a magnetic battery and it's on the bottom. Now, I'm not going to say that that's a weak point because it probably isn't. These guys are some crazy engineers that built this and they probably knew what they were doing. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, it comes with a little case. That's cool. So I am getting the drone. I'm getting the magic wand thing. That is so weird how that battery just is on there. That is a cool looking drone though. It's so different. I haven't had a drone that doesn't fold up in a long time. That guy. So this is interesting. So this is their little magic wand. And it's funny because everyone thinks of it as new technology, and it's not. The old Blade Chroma actually sold a little magic wand that it would follow, just like this follows. However, it didn't have all the obstacle avoidance on it. So you'd have to make sure your drone was above trees and things like that. But it followed it, and it followed it really well. I used to do that on boats and four-wheelers and things like that. So this is sort of cool that they're bringing back old technology, putting in all kinds of sensors. I think there's more than 6 sensors on this thing in different locations. Maybe it's 9. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. If anyone knows, just write it in the chat. And if you put this thing in your pocket, you launch one and it actually recognized you with the camera and it followed whatever you drew the box around. There was a few drones. We can do it without the wand. And it's funny to me that we sort of come full circle back to the wand. And that looks like a different version of it. Oh no, it's just different colored keys, it looks like. Yeah, the arrows are blue on this one. It says starting Skydio 2. This one says left quarter lead. Okay, so by holding buttons and pushing the drone, if you look at the circle in this one, you see how it's shadowed in right there? You can actually connect it and move it around to tell the drone to be in front of you to the side, front of you to the other side, behind you to the side, and it will just follow you in that position without hitting anything. I cannot get my Mavic Zoom to stay in front of me for the life of me, man. I put on active track, go out on an electric skateboard or whatever, and I pass it within seconds, and then it does some weird thing, and it's gone. And here's the controller. From what I understand, this is partnered with, I'm not remembering I'm sure somebody in the chat knows. It starts with an A. It's a small drone that collapses, and I think they partnered with them to use their technology for their controller. And what some people are forgetting about is that you can fly this like a normal drone. You don't have to use the crazy active track stuff. And you can fly it like a normal drone and cut things so much closer than you could, say, with your DJI drone, where you'd have to turn off all the sensors to fly through trees, or your obstacle avoidance would stop it. With this, oh, it's the Parrot. Okay, yeah, that's right. The Parrot company is, well, the company that they're working with is Parrot to do the controller. And I've used that controller. It's not a bad controller. It's a little different than like we're used to with the Mavic Pro and all that. but it's not a bad controller. But like I was saying, with this, you can leave the sensors on, fly really close to trees and stuff, and it's going to just move out of the way and keep flying. If you're putting forward on the stick, it's just going to go around it. So it's going to really help you, in theory, get shots that you couldn't before, or at least not easily. But yeah, it's a good looking little drone, man. I like the blue. All right. Let's go back to this. Yep. All right, guys. So I think we've covered pretty much everything with the Mavic Mini. I think we've talked about everything we can. It's 2.7K. It's not going to be 4K. I don't think it has 100 megabyte sensor, or it's got the 1/2/3 sensor, I think, but I don't think it's 100 like the Mavic Air. I think it's actually smaller. I'm not sure on that. We'll see. A couple more days. What is the 30th? So that's Wednesday. So we'll all know, and it'd be funny to see which one of us was right about the batteries and the cost of the battery. Now we could keep talking about this, or we could wrap it up, or we could talk about the GoPro Max, or we could talk about snowboarding. I don't have a lot of other things to show you, but I did think this would be sort of cool. For those of you who have not seen my drone delivery video, I've shortened it up, and I just have to show it because I love it so much, and you guys need to watch it. And if you haven't actually watched it, you need to go to my channel, and you need to go click on this amazing drone delivery video and watch this. Okay guys, sorry about that. Now the audio's on. Here you go. Fixed it. Somebody ink tattoo? Hey. Yeah. Nope, yeah, I just opened. Okay. Yeah, I can do that for you. Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Yep, no problem. I'll get on it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Amazon's going to be doing this before you know it. And that's my girlfriend Gina. She was a great sport helping me film this and just peeing and everything. She was like, what the hell are you talking about? You want to film what? And here's the punchline. And the sad thing is the original video that I put together, well, it was a little bit longer, and people were cutting out on the video right here. So nobody got to, like, I cut out a few scenes to get to this part, because here's the punchline. I don't want to ruin it for you. All right, guys. Yep, I just like making people watch that any chance I get, because it was really fun to edit. It was really fun to make. It was a little goofy, and it was just something I've been wanting to make for a long time. I thought it was going to blow up a little more than it did, but I don't know if I have the right thumbnail to make people go out and share it or whatnot. Melissa, that's great. I'll send over a box tomorrow. Oh, that's brilliant. That's so funny because some people like watch that and they're like, and then other people get the joke. It's a joke. It's so much fun to make videos like that. So I've talked about pretty much everything I can about the Mavic Mini right now. I've talked about the Skydio drone, and Melissa, that drone will be sick when we all do Loveland Pass. So you got to make sure you come with us on that, because it's going to be so cool. What else can we talk about? We can talk about the GoPro 8, but I don't have any pictures to show you of it. I wasn't prepared for that. We can talk about the GoPro Max, one that I am really debating. We can talk about the Insta360, or we can talk about the possibly the Insta360 2X, which you know they're in the market to make another one. They're going to replace the Insta360 one with something. I do want to make some more videos showing people how to use the 360 camera. I really do enjoy them quite a bit, especially for snowboarding. It's really convenient to just put the camera where you think it needs to be to get the right angle, and then just do what you got to do. Ramio FX Vipers. What are we talking about there? Rick, what is FX Vipers? Hey, Bill, you have a great night too. I think we're going to wrap this up here shortly, because nobody's really asking other questions about the Mavic Mini or the Skydio or the GoPros or any of that stuff. If someone pops in some questions, we'll keep talking. Otherwise, we'll wrap this up. GoPro Max versus Insta360. Yes, 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 yes. I want to make that. Just from what I've seen already, the picture in the GoPro Max is much, much nicer. You have the Rilo 360. I've never tried that one. I do remember when it came out, though. You want to know about Melissa, I've been waiting for Sun and Ski to get the GoPro 360 in over here, because they give me 20% off of everything. And it's hard for me to shell out. I think it's $500 or is it $600 for this thing? So it's really hard for me not to save that 20% and just order one directly from GoPro. I do think I'm going to take the GoPro up on this $100 trade-in thing, and try to find an old digital camera I have to swap in for $100 off that GoPro 8. They're not offering it on the Max, or I just do it for that. But what I do see with the Max compared to the old GoPro Fusion, I think it was called, their first 360 camera they made, it uses one memory card instead of two. They took a little bit of the Insta360 company's playbook and they made the editing software easier. I don't see the option where you can actually move it and look while you're editing it. From what I've seen, I would love to see that, but I'll know soon. It looks like it's a much easier editing process than the first GoPro Fusion, but not quite as easy as the Insta360. But the picture looks much, much nicer than the Insta360. I'm not familiar with the Rilo 360's picture, so I can't say where it would compare to that. Okay, here's a good question. Weekend Droner says about the Mavic Mini, is anyone concerned about the prop strength where it screws in? I'd have to say I'm not, though if you look back and if you've been in the drone industry for a while, or if you've played with them for a while, and you remember when they used to be screwed in, people did over tighten them and crack their props where the screws were, and your prop would just fly off in the middle of flying, and drones would fall out of the sky. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it did used to happen a lot. I can play with your Rilo. That sounds sort of dirty. That's funny. I appreciate. Yeah, I've never checked one out. I wouldn't mind checking it out. That'd be cool. Well, when are you coming into town, Melissa, to start doing some snowboarding? We'll have to all get together and make some videos. I'm going to try really hard this year to not just make regular snowboard videos, but snowboard videos that show how to use the cameras, and then maybe like a part 1 and a part 2, and show how to edit the video so that other people can learn how to edit the stuff the way that we're editing it and how we're filming it and things like that. All right. It is what, 8:30, so we've been no, where's my reach around comments? Nope, not at all. You've been here for a little while then. Are you in town yet, or are you still out of town, Melissa? Are you at work? You working? Or did you go back? Because I know you said you had gotten a place up here. Agent K. Whole stream has been dirty good. That's great. I appreciate that you guys have the right sense of humor to sit here and shoot the shit with me for an hour and a half, man, because other people would be like, whoa, out of here. All right. I do think it's 4 more minutes and we're going to get out of here. It'll be 8:30. We'll be on here for an hour and a half. So if we got anything else, let's wrap it up in the next 4 minutes or so. Yeah, I can't blame you at all. The single run resort stuff, like, I probably wouldn't go to them if I didn't live right next door to them. Cool. Yeah, I remember you were saying you got a place in Breck, so that'd be cool. I think Breck's supposed to open on the 1st or around there. I'm sure it's going to be 1, 2 runs tops. But with the way the snow is coming, I wouldn't be surprised if like a lot more of the mountains open in early November, maybe the next 2 weeks or so. We'll see what the weather does. But Keystone's snowmaking system is insane. Like, we all giggled and laughed at them spending $4 million on this new, or almost $5 million on this new snowmaking system, and it's amazing. I appreciate it, Weekend Droners. Let me ask you guys a question. If I did a live video, and we were talking about snowboard mountains, would you guys be interested in that, or just the drone and tech stuff? I'm really trying to decide if I should keep the snowboard stuff on this channel or move it elsewhere. Waiting on the east wall. Okay, yeah, I can't blame you for that. I actually fell in love with the Montezuma Bowl last season. You know, when you go up and you can come off the main lift and you go right, and you can either hike it or ride around. If you ride around and drop in over there, God, that's so much fun. Did you ever hike the east wall, Melissa? I never hiked it. I just dropped in halfway. Never got up all the way to hike it. Hey, no worries on that Mavic Air case. Definitely check out the Dackett one. I got a video that really shows it detailed. If you're looking for it, just type in Sean Oz Dackett or Sean Oz Mavic Air case in YouTube search, and you'll find it. It's a really thorough video. It shows it really well. It's pretty awesome. Rick, you're totally welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the chat and the live stream. I'm learning this software, so hopefully I didn't mess it up too much. See, I've got some other things. I'm learning how to try to get people into this so I can use Skype to get other people in here. Oh, you climbed all the way to the top. That is so awesome. Melissa, I did not get a full A Basin Pass. I get the Icon and the Epic Local this year. So I've got the 5 days with the Epic Local. And then I've got about 7 other A Basin passes, and I'll get a few more from people that I'm tattooing there. They're giving them to me as tips and stuff. So, you know, right now I can go 13 times. So I'm definitely going to be. Oh, this is awesome, man! I am so stoked to hear people wanting to hear me talk more about snowboarding, because I've actually thought it'd be cool to do a few videos, like from a perspective of someone coming to visit here, since I live here, and it could. Maybe showcase what's actually like on a powder day, you know, or things like, oh, you got to be prepared to drive in the snow and how it's packed down and things like that. As to what to expect when you get to the mountain, how early you need to be there, what's it like what's open at the mountain at what time, when do they open more runs, maybe sort of do videos exploring the mountain, and then maybe talk about what I'm using so I can show you what camera I'm using to do these videos at the same time. Yeah, I know, Melissa. I was going to get the A Basin Pass, and the Keystone Pass separately, or the Epic Local and the A Basin, but it was like $200 more to get, or $150 more to get the Icon base, so I went with that. But 13 times is not bad. That's not bad. And then at the end of the year, if they sell a spring season pass, if I have a good winter and I'm gonna go there, then I'll put some money aside and get that spring pass too. So the 13 times should hopefully at least get me through the winter. Are you just doing the A Basin pass this year, Melissa? Hello from Argentina. That's awesome. I love it when people are from other countries up here. That's so cool. Oh, we've gone over 8:30. Let's wrap up this. It says there's like a delay, so if I read something off of the bottom of the chat, it takes a little while till you guys see it. So if someone types something, I'll tell you when I see it, and I'll say nothing, and you'll see the delay. So the next person that types something, I'm going to read it out loud, and I'm going to be very quiet. A Basin Icon Full Epic. How long did that take until you guys heard that? Although, I don't know if that would work. I'd have to count it because then someone else. Okay, here's what we do. Someone types something. We're going to find out how long this delay is for everyone. Next person types anything. I'll read it out loud, and I'm going to count until you guys hear it. And when you hear it out loud from me, type that when you heard it and what number we're at. And then we'll wrap this up and call it a night. All right, someone type something. Anything. I'm really curious what the delay is. Hi. It's a hell of a delay. It's really 20 seconds? All these are fast seconds. What did we get to? When did you guys hear me say hi? All right, guys. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. We've lost a lot of the people in the chat. There's still 25 people here, so I could sit around and talking all night, but it's probably really cold outside, and it might be snowing again, so I need to probably get home. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured it was a pretty long delay. But I appreciate everyone. Thanks again for the super chats, Melissa. And who else sent super chats? Let me see. I know Melissa did. Sorry, I'm just looking. I want to make sure I personally thank anyone and everyone who did super chats because that's so cool. Genesee did a super chat. Oh, no worries. I was just going to, when something came up on my screen that someone typed, I was going to then go like this until you guys heard it so you could count how many times I made fingers and then just type it in there. So it looks like 20-30 second delay. So again, thank you for the super chat, Melissa. Thank you, Jenna, for the super chat. I appreciate it, everybody. I hope you guys had a good time hanging out, learning a little bit about the Mavic Mini and the Skydio. And we'll talk soon. And Melissa, I'll see you this season for sure. It looks like you have, what pass did you say you had again? Hold on. Where? Let me find your passes before I go. A Basin, Icon, Full Epic. Okay, yeah, you have the same stuff I do. I mean, you're going to be able to go to A Basin more than me, but I think we'll be good. We'll be able to ride a bunch. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful night. If you're watching this in the replay, make sure to click subscribe, wherever that is, and the bell icon and all that good stuff, and go through the channel and find some other drone videos and share them with your friends, because that's how it helps the channel grow, is when people share videos, because sharing is caring. Goodbye, everybody.